All right, Kyle, you ready to talk about that goal line stand?
I'm so ready.
I've watched that probably 10, 15 times now since it happened live, specifically the last play of the game. But where to even begin here? So LSU, whole game, moving the ball at will. And the series before, when Missouri had the ball, I texted you and I said, I'd love a 7-minute game-winning drive. Now, they did take the lead, but it didn't take anything close to 7 minutes. So that gave LSU the ball with every opportunity to go down the field and score. And for some reason, the announcers were surprised that LSU was taking their time. But I thought
It's a very important drive for them.
Yeah.
That's what the announcer said, at least.
Right. Yeah, good point. The other announcer
Good point, yeah.
They did everything perfect the entire drive. Like, they were using time exactly how they should have. Why would they? There's not really any incentive there to try to like go 2 for 1 or something.
No, absolutely not. And nobody can stop it. Neither team can stop the other. So why give Missouri any time on the clock at all?
Yeah.
It seemed almost nightmarishly like poetic that LSU would engineer the most beautiful drive that would take up every second on the clock and would score a touchdown to win the game.
Oh, yeah.
And that basically looked like what was going to happen.
Yes.
They got the ball in the one with like 40-something seconds left.
Yeah, and not only did I think they were going to immediately punch it in, probably on first down, I was okay with it.
Yeah, in fact, I was hoping that they would allow them to do it. And, like, even if you are at LSU, I mean, even if Missouri just lets you walk in, 44 seconds or whatever it was is still probably not enough time.
Right.
To do anything.
Yeah.
Even
I
in
was,
that game.
Yeah, I was pretty...
It was pretty much like this is over no matter what happens here.
Yeah. However, Missouri stopped him for a loss on first down, stopped him for no gain on second down, and now it's 3rd and goal with no time left.
Yeah.
Just enough time for 2 plays, basically. And now it's all in on this stop. Like,
is this when you were like, okay, we might be able to do this? When did that happen for you?
In about 2 plays.
In 2 plays from...
Yes.
So...
Yeah.
We'll
get there.
After it was over?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
All right.
That's when I was confident.
Okay.
That they were going to be able to do this. Now, on 3rd down, Nick Bolton did give me some confidence.
It's beautiful.
What a play. I mean, he had 3 pass deflections in this game. One of them on 3rd and goal when their monster of a tight end was going to be wide open to just walk into the end zone. And I thought, when you're watching something live, you don't quite see all the pieces coming together like you can when you're watching replay after replay. It was over.
Yeah. There's like truly incredible like spatial awareness by Bolden to be able to take the correct angle on that.
The angle, the timing, everything was perfect. He just played it absolutely perfectly to bat the ball away.
I probably wouldn't change anything about how this game went, but if I could change anything, how cool would that have been if he just like caught that ball and just like ran it back for a touchdown or just caught it at all? It would have been so sick.
I feel like he would have caught it and immediately just taken a knee because he did come up limping a little bit after that play.
Yeah.
However, in proper Nick Bolton, true son, every Mizzou fan's going to love them for the rest of their lives fashion, he said after the game when he was asked about potentially not feeling too great after that play, he said something like, "Pain is temporary, wins are forever."
I can't love this man any more than I already do. It's like a brother to me. Coach Drinkwitz called him a warrior, basically. Yeah. I mean, that's just absolutely a warrior's mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he truly is going to be an outstanding player in the NFL someday. And
someday soon.
I don't think that about a lot of Missouri players, to be honest. But Nick Bolton truly has the mindset, has the ability and the talent to do that.
Yeah, incredible play. So that sets up 4th down, and Joshua Bledsoe makes an incredible play of his own. And they tried to go back to Marshall for his 4th touchdown of the game.
Why not?
And it was a good play. The quarterback put it on the money. The receiver's hands were right there waiting for that ball, and Bledsoe just knocked it away at the last second. Fully extended to just barely get a piece of the ball. And that's when I really felt confident that Missouri was going to win this one.
Even after that, I was like, any flags? Any flags?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. I mean, I had something in my hands that for some reason that I was kind of fiddling with, and whatever it was, I think it was like a pen.
Just nervously fidgeting.
Just like exactly this pen. I literally like spiked it on the ground. I think Hannah was like filming me, and my wife Hannah was like filming me. I didn't even know why, or I didn't know that she was.
Where's this footage?
Until after the fact. She said she forgot to hit record. She was like behind me. She was like, I was trying to film you. I'm like,
as much as I want to make fun of her for that, I have forgotten to hit record on this very podcast once.
Yes, you have. That's
so,
okay.
Yeah, we'll just let that slide, Hannah, this time.
Yeah.
Next time I'm going to need that reaction shot for the YouTube video.
But overwhelmed with joy. I'm not really sure it hit me until like later that night, though, like how special of a moment this was. And, watching some of the social media coverage of like the locker room celebration and just like really taking the time to analyze like, okay, what is every single player doing on this play? And I was looking at their celebration, and I was just like legitimately becoming like emotional, like just thinking about everything these players have overcome to get to this moment. And even the fact that we're playing football at all. And, just, I know LSU isn't the team that they've been recently, but just to get a victory against the defending national champion is unbelievable. And just kind of even confirming like Coach Drinkwitz being here, just all of these things wrapped up in one was just like kind of overwhelming for me when I really thought about it.
Yeah, I mean, watching the replay, kind of like you said, just watching every player that you can, the whole bench just erupting, and the few people that were actually in the stands, hearing them erupt. I mean, that's what I was doing at home too, just yelling. I don't know what I yelled, but that I was home alone, so nobody was there to film me. But yes, that reaction, and I can just feel and hear Mizzou fans all over the country watching that game have that same reaction. And we've seen that now, like the Mizzou social media is getting engagement like they've never seen, and everybody's pumped coming off of that win. And there is something to be said about, even though LSU is probably going to have a down year, it doesn't matter if they only win 3 games the rest of the season, or total. LSU I'm talking about. It's still LSU. And honestly, there is still, I think Mizzou players, coaches, and rational fans don't really acknowledge the Missouri doesn't belong in the SEC. But there's that troll argument that still exists always.
Oh, yeah.
Even though Missouri won back-to-back SEC East division championships and went to the SEC championship twice and was a quarter away from going to the national championship game, beating an SEC brand name like LSU, I mean, it's the equivalent of beating Texas and Oklahoma back in Big 12 days. It's just not something you can count on doing ever.
Yeah. Even in a down year for them.
Right. And like coaches, if a coach lasts a long time at a place like Missouri, I'm thinking about like Gary Pinkel, when he would play Texas or Oklahoma, you would always see Pinkel record versus OU in his time at Mizzou. It was not a good record. Same with Texas. And Missouri, since joining the SEC, they're not going to have a good record against Alabama, not going to have a good record against LSU, Auburn, probably Georgia. But when you can pull off an upset against the brand names of the SEC, it's just going to be remembered for a long time. Honestly, it's going to be remembered in them LSU being in the SEC West, where you just don't get that opportunity very often. The next time Missouri plays LSU, that's going to be in the back of their minds, and that the Mizzou players are going to know we can play with this team, we can beat this team.
Yeah, it was like the first time LSU had ever been to Columbia, Missouri. That's pretty crazy.
So exciting.